Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixie Land. My name is Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and we are in Deuteronomy chapter 25, which is part of the Torah. So, the continuation of miscellaneous laws. When men have a dispute, they are to take it to court, and the judges will decide the case, acquitting the innocent and condemning the guilty. If the guilty man deserves to be beaten, the judge shall make him lie down and have him flogged in his presence with the number of lashes his crime deserves. But he must not give him more than 40 lashes. So that's the top number of whipping, 40. If he is flogged more than that, your brother will be degraded in your eyes. Okay? Do not muzzle an ox while it is treading out the grain. I'm not sure what that's about. Sorry for the quick pause there. I needed to take off that hoodie. Do not muzzle an ox while it's treading out grain. Now, I've never put a muzzle on an ox before, but I've been around an ox before, and they're pretty big, and I can't imagine trying to interrupt them to do anything, but that's also not my job. I know somebody who knows a lot about oxes, so maybe he knows why you shouldn't be trying to put a muzzle on an ox while treading out grain. I have a feeling a lot of these things that I read in here, I almost feel like it's like, oh, look at that. Are you learning from Judah's mistake or from Simeon's mistake or from, etc., etc. Because laws are reactionary, even then, as they are now. Because people are reactionary. And these are all still people, not just stories. They were living, breathing people. That's the thing that most people tend to forget with this. If brothers are living together and one of them dies without a son, his widow must not marry outside the family. Her husband's brother shall take her and marry her, fulfilling the duty of the brother-in-law to her. The firstborn son shall carry on the name of the dead brother, so that his name will not be blotted out from Israel. However, if a man does not want to marry his brother's wife, she shall go to the elders at the town gate and say, "My husband's brother refuses to carry on his brother's name in Israel. He will not fulfill the duty of the brother-in-law to me." The elders of his town shall summon him and talk to him. If he persists in saying, "I do not want to marry her," the brother's widow shall go up to him in the presence of the elders, take off one of his sandals, spit in his face, and say, This is what is done to the man who will not build up his brother's family line. That man's line shall be known in Israel as the family of the unsandaled. Wow, how fascinatingly creative of some kind of thing. And now, understand that this, you're like, but I don't know that I would want to. If that was me, I don't look at my brother-in-law like that. That's a mistake. You look at your in-laws like that. That's going to create problems. No, I can understand. But this is a time frame in which the only way to ensure your continued safety was to have a man living with you. And once you had, been married, now, you were going to be less appealing to other people. So it becomes harder for you to get married again. So this is why they would want this custom at this time. I'm grateful that we don't live in a time frame where we have to worry about that particular problem anymore. Verse 11. If two men are fighting, and the wife of one of them comes to the rescue of her husband from his assailant, and she reaches out and seizes him by his private parts, you shall cut off her hand. Show her no pity. It's like, well, all right, well, they're not yours to grab. So you're not supposed to be touching those, things that aren't yours to grab. Do not have two differing weights in your bag, one heavy, one light. I don't know what that's about. Do not have two differing measurings in your house, one large, one small. Okay? You must have accurate and honest weights and measures so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. I think that's more like don't cheat people. And that's really basically what that is. Make sure you're honest in what you're saying something is worth. For the Lord your God detests anyone who does these things, anyone who deals dishonestly. Remember what the Amalekites did to you along the way when you came out of Egypt. When you were weary and worn out, they met you on your journey and cut off all who were lagging behind. They had no fear of God. When the Lord your God gives you rest from all the enemies around you in the land he is giving you to possess as an inheritance, you shall blot out the memory of the Amalekites from under heaven. Do not forget. And they have an exclamation mark on that one, so they really don't want them to forget. Until the next video, friends.